Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Claret and Blue podcast. Post-match reaction for Aston Villa's customary standard defeat at Manchester United away at Old Trafford every single bloody season. I'm here today with Neil Dunworth from the For the Love of Paul McGrath podcast, who has given me 15 minutes of his time, which doesn't sound like a lot, but you've just done your own. And nobody, absolutely nobody, wants to talk about this game twice. So this is going to be very raw, very emotional, very reactionary, probably not very analytical, and that's something we can do in the coming days. John Townley and I will be doing a Q&A Monday. This is, let's get everything off our chest straight away, and I feel like a kind of bundle of energy of lots of things to say, but also, in equal measure, nothing to say. Do you know what I mean? Like, kind of done. How bad's that?
As I said, I just did my own there, and I can't get over the lack of maturity at times in a team that, like, some parts of the season we've looked bulletproof mentally wise, we've looked mature, we've looked like we're growing into a team. I think I read somewhere that I think the commentators say this is the second oldest team Aston Villa have put out in the Premier League or something along. I could have been wrong on that. Thought I just heard something like that. Don't quote me on it. The team needs to be a small bit better mentally. Specifically, like, John McGinn goes off and then everything, all the defensive effort, the midfield effort, or the tracking back, the transitional effort from the three behind the striker just dropped off a cliff. And I know for anybody who's watched mine, that's very repetitive of me, because that's what I spent 10 minutes kind of bleating on about that there a moment ago. But just find that so frustrating that, like, you train to be a professional sportsman, and all of them want to give this effort and want to absolutely, want to succeed, but why in that moment when a midfielder loses the ball or an attacking midfielder loses the ball, they don't immediately sprint back to try and win it back? In an instance where we're gone 1-1, I'm talking about this is after we go to 1-1, and that's when kind of like it was a case of like, oh, we've used all our energy to get to 1-1. That shouldn't have been the case, because that was on 63 minutes or something like that when we scored the second, when we equalised. That to me was worrying.
Before the game, I said everything I said. Anyone who listened to the fan zone with Kendrick was, we all feel like we lose here every single season. Nobody expects anything really, but for some weird reason, maybe we might nick a draw somehow, and that'll be a positive result, right? We go 1-0 down. We don't play brilliantly. We have a couple of half moments here and there where we look like we might do something, and then get to 1-1. It's like, oh, okay, here we go, right? Maybe we can try and hold on to something. If we get away with a 1-1, I'd absolutely take that. That's a good result. I actually think the goal was offside, by the way. I think we really got away with that one, which ultimately doesn't matter at all now. But we've been on the wrong side of so many decisions against Man United. I'm amazed that one went our way for a change, but it's one that was a 3-1 defeat anyway that no one will ever remember. So that's completely irrelevant. But I thought we got away with that one. But you get back into it, let's hold on to something, and then just completely fold, which we've seen a million times before against Manchester United, and that is not a surprise to anybody. Now, I am angry, frustrated, irritated, pissed off, annoyed, whatever you want to say. I'm sure everyone will be feeling the same things about this specific 90 minutes. I'll say one little bit of kind of silver lining, context, whatever, that no one will want to hear, but it's how I feel. That's my opinion. For Villa to finish in the top 5, right, whether people think we're going to do it or not, whatever. If we're going to do it, I had us doing it by losing at Old Trafford anyway, because we always do. If I'm mapping out Villa's season, I put 0 next to this result anyway, and we've got 0 today. So we can still go and do something this season and finish top 5 with this game included, because I wouldn't have taken any points from it anyway. That's the context, right? The season's not over because we lost today, because I expected us to lose anyway. And I'd have put that down at the start of the season. Selhurst Park, Old Trafford, Anfield, the Etihad, St James's, you might as well just put 0 points from 6 games. If they're going to do anything, they probably need to do it in the other 32. And I say that at the start of every season, over the last couple of seasons. So I'm not going to sit here and say top 5's over because we lost at Man United, because we always do. And I factor that into my kind of season predictions, if you like. However, that's not good enough. In that one performance, that's not good enough. And that performance will not get us the points we need in the other 8 games, right? So everyone will say, yeah, well, we won't finish top 5. Yeah, playing like that, we won't. There has to be signs of improvement. Now, I am going to stick with it, deluded or otherwise, that I think somehow we'll scrape our way into 5th. I think, and I thought before, it's between us and Chelsea anyway. Chelsea also lost. We've lost. both of us look like we don't really want it, to be honest. Someone's just going to finish 5th by default, is what it feels like. And their running's pretty harsh, to be honest, Chelsea's, and ours looks more favourable. That doesn't mean anything at all. And Marzi in the comments says, stop waffling. So I will. You're here for 10 more minutes, Neil. Shoot.
Yeah, look, I agree that, look, I suppose when you take a 30,000 foot look at this, we never get anything from Old Trafford and mark it down as a 0. The thing for me is that they were there for the taking, especially when you're 0-all at halftime. 0-all at halftime, you want to play this active, or what is this, resting defense stuff that we play, you know, where we're conserving energy. Then they come out and they score. Look, as I say, that ball that Morgan Rogers loses for the they go down the other end, get a corner on Casemiro, then Ross Barkley loses Casemiro in traffic, and he gets his head to it. Emi Martinez gets a finger to it off the post and in. That's just like a hammer blow, because we lose it in an area where we're comfortable. We were comfortable in that area, and to a good degree, Morgan Rogers was pretty comfortable on the ball where he was. The next thing, he just laps of concentration. It bounces off his body. It goes out. They win it. They break, and then goes down the other end. Score. That's the annoying thing. Like caught in transition. Yes, it does go for a corner before they actually get the goal, but caught in transition, big style. Second goal, caught in transition. That's the annoying thing. And people will be annoyed today because United, just like they were at the end of last season, just like they were for 3 or 4 seasons over the last 7 or 8, they were there for the taking at Old Trafford again. We didn't do it. It's the Indian burial ground of Aston Villa. You know, it's cursed. It's like we can only get to 30% of our ability when we go to that ground, whatever is wrong. And it's just frustrating. Frustrating that we let it slip again, you know.
Yeah.
Getting back to 1-0 was the big thing. It was the big thing. I completely agree. And then it was just, we were rubbish after we got back to 1-0.
Yeah, completely agree. And if anyone's listening to what I just said about the context of how I feel about the season to come, including that result, that's not me saying today was good, by the way, or that we've been good enough. We haven't. We've been crap for 2026. We're what, 9 weeks into it or whatever it is, you know. We've been poor. Besides Newcastle away that we won, Fenerbahce is obviously Europa League, but we played well there and played well. We got a good result there as well. We've had our moments here and there, and I think in parts we have got better a little bit. The bar is extremely low, by the way. Like, for us to be better, we were woeful 6 games ago, or whatever it was, you know. So there's little signs, I think, of, we look a little bit better today. We have a bit more control, or, you know what I mean? It's, like, as I said, bars down here, like us looking better is like, we're here now. I'm not saying we're up here. I don't know. I don't have lots to say, to be honest, which is terrible for a podcast. Yeah, I'm very disappointed and frustrated, but I'm not shocked or surprised that we've lost at Old Trafford, because I thought we would. It's rubbish the way it's happened, because we've got back into the game. We shouldn't fold the way we do. Leon Bailey's giving the ball away. Yeah, that can happen, but track back, fight, scrap, like, do something, show something a little bit, you know? Like, I don't know. Go on, Neil. This is your show, mate. I'm going to wind myself up.
I don't know who put the comment in there, but they said, imagine if we didn't go on a winning streak, where would we be? That might be the most reductive comment I think I've ever seen in the chat room. That's like saying, imagine if we didn't win any of the games we won this season, where would it be? We'd be at the bottom of the league. That's where we would be, 100%, because it would mean that we wouldn't have won any games this season. But I understand what you mean by it. You know, we went on that big streak, and now we're in a bad streak. Like, Dan, I'm like you. I don't think 5th is gone. You know, I don't think 5th is a lost cause. Because do you know why it's not a lost cause? Because we're still 3 points out of Chelsea. Liverpool are going to go out and tonk Spurs today. Is it going to get more difficult? It absolutely is. But we have to stay ahead of flaky Chelsea. That's what we really have to do. And we're as flaky as them. So we need to unflake Chelsea for the rest of the season. But I am frustrated with that game. My normal veneer of huge optimism and trying to find positive points and stuff like that was tested with that game today, because, as I say, there was something there for the taking.
Sorry, can I just interrupt with the duality of comments and fan opinion that there's 2 on screen for those that are watching. Black Country Villain says, Champions League hasn't gone, have faith. And literally underneath it, from a raw kid of football, 5th is absolutely gone, in capitals. So everyone will feel exactly how they want about it. Some people think we're going to finish 6th, 7th, 8th, or worse, or we're going to get knocked out by Lille or whatever. The other people that think West Ham, Burnley, Tottenham, Sunderland, and Forest are opportunities for points. Now, you've probably
That's
got to
exactly
win
what I was going to say. There are opportunities.
3 of those, maybe. And at the moment, do I think we're going to win 3 out of those 5? No, because we've been on a terrible run for a long time. Can we win 3 out of 5? Absolutely, because Tielemans might be back and other players will play better. It isn't gone yet until it's mathematical. I've said this for ages. I will keep banging the drum that whilst there's still something to play for, I am there playing for it. If we are 6 points behind Chelsea and there's 2 games left and we have to win both and they have to lose both, very unlikely, but still possible. But I wouldn't then be going, oh yeah, this is fine. There is still time. They're not very good. We're not very good. Somebody will finish 5th. It might just be us. It might not be. But I can't kind of throw it all away because we lost today because I thought we'd lose anyway. So we have to beat West Ham. It's always on the next game, isn't it?
Yeah.
You have to win the next one. And we have to get out of this rhythm of being weak.
And the thing at the moment is, if like we're in a rut at the moment, that if we win, we have to win 1-0.
Yeah.
I we just don't look like we're going to score 2 goals. That's the problem at the moment.
That West Ham game is not going to be easy, by the way.
That's not going to be easy. No, did West Ham get a draw today? I think they were.
I don't know.
Anyway,
I've picked up a little bit, obviously.
Yeah, they're
scrapping for things, aren't they?
Easy. They are scrapping, yeah, and
yeah, they did draw yesterday.
It's not going to be easy at all. But look, as I say, we have to go there. As I say, like we can all sit there as fans and kind of say this should be done, that should be done. Like realistically speaking, the 11 players that were out there in the field today were good enough to go and win that game. You know, as players, but they just they didn't. And
this is what I've been saying for weeks as well.
But it's a huge worry, like, you know, that we have those 11 players, and there's a lot being pinned on. Well, why don't we play Alisson right wing or left wing and stuff like that? And he's played probably less than 20 minutes of football for Aston Villa so far. I can't put my faith in somebody who's played 20 minutes of football for a professional football in the league. You know, there's little things like that. We are hamstrung with the players that we have. And then conversely, as I say, I can't keep on seeing 1 or 2 of these players being the only options. We bring them off the bench and they're the only options. Like I can't continue to see Leon Bailey come off the bench because he's done very little since he's come back, and he's not the silver bullet. Tammy Abraham came on today. He got no service. Ollie Watkins got no service prior to that. The issue is going to be service for us in the coming days and coming weeks, and it has to come from somewhere. But at the moment, it's not, and we are kind of spluttering and burning smoke at the moment. But something will have to come about, and there will have to be a change. And you know what? It's very reminiscent to what we spoke about at the start of the season. What's going to change? Has this team given up? You know, these were all the things that people were saying at the start of the season, and then something did change when we went on that run. I'm hoping we can do that again. I need to see who's going to do it, though. I need to see who's going to be the person who's going to step up or put their head above the parapet and go and drive this team forward, specifically in the creative aspects and in the goal scoring aspects, because that's the issue that we have at the moment. Good to see Ross Barkley getting the score sheet, another non-traditional scorer, let's say, although he has 2 in his last 2 starts.
First Premier League start for 400 odd days or something, I think it was, last January 2025. It's a comment from King81 to end, who seems to get a customary shout out. It must get a rise for me somehow, but all in good faith. Only need to win 6 games down from 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, and now 8. Yeah, absolutely. I completely agree. We hoped rather, Villa need to win 6 or 7, and they've got 15 games to do it. That seems pretty doable. The games are running out. Like, it's pretty simple. What I would say, King81, you won't like this. I think the narrative's changed a little bit now. I'm not even sure we'll need to win 6 games. We just need to do 1 better than Chelsea. If Chelsea win 4, we need to win 4. Yep. Actually, we don't even need to win 4 because we're 3 ahead, and we've already lost to them. We've lost to them. We've lost to Man United. We still have to play Liverpool. We've still got to play the 5 that I've just mentioned. There are still points up for grabs. There's is it 8 games left? So there's 24 points available. If Villa get 10 to 12, Chelsea can get 15 max out of that same period for us to finish above them. Are they going to win 5 out of 8, Chelsea? I don't know. Are we going to win 4 out of 8? Don't know. At the moment, probably not. But I don't think the narrative is to win 6 out of 8 anymore. I think it's just you've just got to match Chelsea now. And if they win 5, we've got to win more than that.
Yeah, and we need to start by just winning one and see where that takes us then afterwards. And and that's realistically it. Win one. That's why I pinned my hopes on getting a draw today, so it would keep them
Did you?
close to
I
us.
thought we'd lose anyway. So I'm annoyed and I hate Man United. So I'm not like happy we lost because I thought we'd lose. I'm still annoyed about it, but I never expected us to get anything out of this anyway. So I'm not like, I had us down for getting 10 points from these games and 3 of them were at Old Trafford. I had it as 0, so I can't be like, do you know what I mean? I'm not shocked by it at all. I think the performance is poor, and this is what I said in the preview. I'm not bothered about performances if you get the result. If you get some kind of positive result, but you play poorly, it's all right. It's a results business. You're in the running now. Pick up the points as and where you can. When you don't win and the performances are poor, that's when it's okay to worry and wonder what the hell's going on here. If we play poorly against West Ham but win, that's fine. It doesn't matter. The problem is we've had 3 defeats on the spin and haven't played well for 2.5 months or something. So this idea of like, how are we going to win 6 out of 8? Yeah, we're not. We're not at the moment unless something just changes out of nowhere. And if that's Tielemans coming back and all of a sudden we look like our, October to December selves again, that's fine. But that won't happen, will it? I wouldn't have thought. We just need to match Chelsea now. That's the goal for the rest of the season. If they keep losing, we'll be okay somehow. It's mad, isn't it? It's mad how it changed. We were 10 points ahead of United at one point, and now 3 behind them.
Absolutely.
Madness.
Yeah.
A 13-point swing on Man United. It's crazy. I don't know. You said you'd give me 15 minutes. We've done 17. I know this is a lot shorter than usual, but you've just done your own show, and I'm sure people are feeling the same way that we are. And as I say, if you're positive, if you're negative, however you feel about it, it's on you to feel what you want. I'm not sitting here saying, I think we're going to win 5, so you should think the same. If you think what you want, it's up to you, right? It's coming there from Dimension Shift. I think we'll finish 9th. It's on the, dare I say, 9th is on the horizon. If you think we're going to finish 9th, sound. I don't. I think we'll finish a little bit better than that.
Probably mean we need to lose all our games.
I do think we'll finish 5th somehow. I don't know why. I said it ages ago. I feel like I've got to stick with it out of stubbornness now. The same way that Emery picks his stubborn lineups. I've just got to go with the same thing. That we'll somehow be better than Chelsea in their fixtures. We'll just scrape over the line. I actually said it a few weeks ago that there's a phrasing that Kendrick used in the McLeish season, going back to the good old days, that we stayed up in instalments. Just did a little bit here and there. I feel like we might scrape into 5th in instalments. We'll just about do enough. Chelsea might draw next week and we beat West Ham, and we're actually 5 points ahead of them now. Like that. It's fine. There's nothing to worry about. The opposite happens, right? We lose to West Ham and Chelsea win whoever they're playing, and it swings and roundabouts. It changes very, very quickly. But until it's mathematically impossible, I will sit here and believe. And if that pisses you off, that you go, this guy's an idiot, he's deluded. How can he not see that we're finishing 8th? That's fine. But until we finish 8th, I'll talk about that if it happens. At the moment, I'm just holding on to blind faith and hope that something will change. Emery will rediscover that actually Rodgers off the left is what we need. Whatever it is, some little tweak. Or Tielemans comes back and scores the winner against Forest or whatever. We'll see. 5th should be still fine for Champions League, by the way, for those asking in the comments. I'm pretty sure that's about
it's done over 3 years. If I think, let's just say, and once again, if Villa go out and beat Lille, it goes a long way to actually solidifying 5th. It's like 2nd last year finished on what England have currently, and that's even before the next legs to come. So you need like two English teams to do anything, even get draws, I think, and it's mathematically impossible, I think.
Yeah. Okay, now to wrap up then, I'll leave it over to you. How do you kind of summarise the day and the next 8 games?
So
you'll be on again.
No, I don't think I'm going to summarize the next 8 games because I think that's impossible. I think that I don't want to do that because like one win, I think, changes the direction of where this season goes. But my thoughts are solely on today. Today I was frustrated, as I said, because today was a bit of it could have been a come to Jesus moment, the sliding doors moment, whatever you want to call it, and it wasn't. It was one of those moments. Like the annoyance for me is we get to 1-1 and then we let it trickle down our leg directly after that, and that's the annoyance for me. Villa have to, but they have to dust themselves down. They've got Lille, they've got West Ham, then they've got the break. I think, you know, if you beat Lille and you beat West Ham, you go into the break brilliantly. But I said that if you beat Man United, you beat Lille, you beat West Ham, you go into the break in a brilliant position. Now we almost have to win those other two games. I thought today would be played almost like a cup game, but today was one of those games that we looked like when we went out and we played in Europe 2 years ago and we were leggy after playing in Europe. Today it looked like that again, and I find it disappointing. And I find it a bit galling, to be honest. But like, all you can do is dust yourself off, come back the next day, use Lille at Villa Park, get out, roar your lungs out, get Villa through into the quarterfinals, and then you've got West Ham then on the horizon then next weekend, and then utilize the international break then to do a bit of soul searching and self scouting, see where you're going wrong and where you can potentially put it right. That's all you can do.
Yeah, absolutely. Right, we'll cut it there. Neil, thanks for giving me your time after you've done your own podcast. I do appreciate it, and I hope everyone listening does as well. Whether you agree or disagree with anything we've said, that is football, right? Please be polite and respectful to each other as well. No need for in-fan arguing over whether we're going to finish 4th or 9th or winning this or winning that or losing that. We'll be back for a Q&A tomorrow. So if you want to get involved with the mailbag, I'll pick John Townley's brains with whatever you want to ask him. And we'll kind of debrief in a bit more detail before turning our attention to Lille on Thursday with our build up to that as well on Tuesday or Wednesday. And then it'll be West Ham a week today where Villa kind of have to win, I guess, I suppose. But if Chelsea lose, I'm not going to say it. Right, that'll do, Neil. Thank you for joining me. Thanks, everyone, for watching or listening. And we'll see you for the next one. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.